Hello and welcome back to Swift Owl 7 Gaming. I am Swift Owl 7. We're hopping back into City Skylines 2 Vanilla Let's Play episode 28. And we are recording this on April the 19th, and this video should be uploaded on April the 20th. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. Just a quick announcement while we're in the loading screen. Next week there will be very little, if any, videos as I am traveling out of state. So that goes for all series across the board. So we're back in here to City Skylines 2, and I'm hoping there's not much background noise because I got some machines running in the house. We're going to just check and see what's going on. So our last episode, I decided to call it City Decay because we were noticing, look at our college commons. Man, our college commons is just not what it used to be. There are some new skyscrapers going in. I want to pause. Cleo. Everyone say hello to Cleo if you have heard her meow. She is here with us today live, and she's not going to go outside today because it's too cold for you to go outside. But what we're going to do, I was really kind of sad in the last episode watching so many of these wonderful skyscrapers collapse and go abandoned. A lot of them are going abandoned before they collapse, so that's a good thing that, you know, there aren't people living in them. But some of them, you know, man, we just got problems. People are not faring very well. Our city is decaying in this area. I'm not entirely sure what the problem is with this. So there's definitely been some changes. I don't know if it's because city services couldn't get to these locations, and that's probably what it is, or if it's a work-related issue. This is not an issue here. There's nothing that we can do about high rent. As I've already talked to you guys about, there's nothing that we can do. No one can do anything about high rent. So what I think, so I was watching a YouTube video the other day on New York City and the changes that occurred, especially with the 9/11 attacks and them rebuilding Ground Zero and how they rebuilt it differently. And I kind of feel like this is what was happening here. Of course, it wasn't attacks or anything like that, but I feel like something has happened. Buildings are gone, and it needs to be rebuilt differently. The infrastructure was never here to handle all these sky rises. And so what I think we're going to go ahead and do is temporarily de-zone areas that have no one living there. So we're going to de-zone some of these areas, and we will come back to them eventually. But those are all de-zoned. We're going to de-zone this area where this building is collapsed. And we're just going to, you know, slowly work on upgrading this area. It might transform a little bit. The roads might change a little bit. It's going to be hard to do with steel buildings on both sides. So, but this area is going to change. We no longer have that demand for high density. If we do, we'll look back at this area. But really, I think we're going to try to move our high density area right into this boulevard here, having some high density homes, some businesses. I'm trying to prevent Cleo from stepping on the keyboard. Let me grab her here. Hi, Cleo. Let's put you on the ground. Okay. So I'm glad you guys like Cleo too. I've also been looking at this and trying just to determine problem or solutions to this problem. I got an idea in my mind about our pumping stations, or these aren't pumping stations, but our waste outputs that might work, but it won't be in this episode. See, look at this. This is all brand new, and this is flooding. We built that significantly up that bank. So, I mean, I think what we need to do is probably just put a little bit of a what? That's level. We're gonna put a little gap right here, so water can flow through and hopefully drain down from here. The problem that's gonna cause is this is all gonna flood again. And there's not a whole lot that can be done about this. So that's a major problem. What we could potentially do, now this is a solution that I had not considered. What if we widen the river over on this side? So we don't have any infrastructure other than this little dirt road, which can easily be moved. and that will accommodate a little bit more. We'll put like a little bay here maybe, and we can do some high rises around it. So I think we're going to try to do that, and I'm trying to take care of Cleo at the same time. She's back up on the desk. Cleo, hop down. She'll get the message that she's not wanted. You are wanted. I'm sorry. She is wanted, just not at this exact moment. I've been playing with her all day. I've been folding laundry, and she's been right there helping me. Okay, let's delete this here. And what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to even delete all the way back to there. Looks like there's a connection here that just doesn't need to be, I guess. Let's just see if we can activate our bulldozer, go down underground. So I'm learning this bulldozer tool, and it looks like so the bulldozer is a cursor. Think of this bulldozer as a cursor, and the arrow tip is the very tip of the bucket. And you can actually see like a little dot where on the bottom left of the icon, and that is what you want to put on what you want to bulldoze. And that will solve all your bulldozing problems. Hopefully. That took a lot longer to figure out than what was necessary. I also want to talk about, I guess, Paradox. Colossal Order released a statement today, or within the last couple days, about I'm not going to make this too deep. But they released a statement about giving refunds. I guess they were not happy with the DLC for the beaches, the beachfront property. And, you know, we weren't too terribly excited about it. I wasn't. I don't know about you. But it was something different. And I guess they're going to issue refunds to people who have purchased that DLC, and they're going to make it a free DLC. I guess it was up to their standards. But for me and others like me who have bought the Ultimate Edition, or you know, I purchased the big edition of this game that included everything. We're gonna be getting some free content, which is, hey, that's fine. And Paradox, this channel is so small. Even though we've reached over 100, that's great. But no one's ever gonna listen to this channel. But you know, I'm not upset with Paradox Studios. I fully trust that we'll get this game flushed out. At least, you know, I do. But there's some annoyances, obviously, that I have. But, you know, hey, just tackle that as they come. I want to round out this corner here. Actually, I want to do something, you know, we're going to bring this in and do like a little park area maybe along here. Something just kind of like that. That'll be really nice and neat. Let's bring this in a little bit. Got a little tiered system here, which I've done purposely, right about there, because I don't want this just massive bank terrain. So, yeah, we've kind of, I'm hoping, have solved our problems, because this kind of looks good. This is all supposed to fill with water, I'm hoping. And that should reduce our flooding, and it already, well, I'm hoping that this reduces our flooding up from over here, from Riverfront Road. And we'll just continue to play with this a little bit. Water mechanics is definitely something that needs added to the game. I don't care if they're waiting for a disasters DLC. I mean, I'll purchase every DLC for the game. But water mechanics is a basic function of this game. It just needs done. It's not like it was in City Skylines 2, that's for sure. So, I'm gonna hope that things kind of filter down and this takes some pressure off of Riverfront Road. And it looks like actually it already has. Let's just look at our business down here. I mean, this is definitely, the water's still there, but it's gone down a little bit. I don't think evaporation is the thing in this game anymore. What is this? This is just a building going in? That's cool. We got some congestion here. You know, just looking at this here, was thinking if we did an on-ramp right through there, but it's kind of already under construction. So I don't want to do eminent domain if I don't have to, as you guys know. It looks like water levels have come down here. Right here, we're still got some water splashing up onto the pier, if you can call this a pier, onto the roadway. I mean, I wouldn't advise parking your vehicles here. This guy has put his signs way up here, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do about this area. Maybe we need to bring this up a little bit further on this side. So let's try doing that. We're just gonna grab this and drag. I'm gonna grab right here too and drag as well. So. I'm going to do this level down here. We're going to have a little shelf area right there. Okay, let's just see what that does to our water disbursement. You know, I mean, it's not filling in too much. Let's do a little bit more maybe. Grab right here. Try to pull that in. I'm going to do a little bay area where it's just going to come in, and there's just going to be a little bay area right here. We can do some interesting architecture on that side, maybe designs. So it looks like this is flooding more. I got my cursor on where it's right at that line right there. Let's just zoom in. Not seeing this recede at all. Now, in the first game, these trees would eventually despawn or just turn like a swamp tree. I call them swamp trees because you find dead trees in swamps all the time. So we'll see what happens. We'll just do an experiment and see what happens to these trees that we have flooded, that we have it bulldozed out. You know, again, I'm not seeing that water change of level. There's a tornado over here. Nothing we can do for tornadoes. Again, that's something that needs, that has to be bugged. We're not notified, and there's nothing we can do about it. And, ladies and gentlemen, if you are driving on the Beltway or on Village Avenue, there's been a tractor-trailer accident. There's been a rollover on a northbound lane. It looks like this should be the North Beltway, I guess. North Beltway. I don't know how that got changed.
So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to right?
So, something happened down there. Something really happened down there. Something really happened. I mean, any other cars that just got thrown? Okay. So let's take a look at our needs now. We've kind of worked on this area over here. Well, it's kind of cloudy, isn't it? Got a big old rain cloud above us. And that would be a cool feature. Again, Colossal Order is probably already overloaded with features. But for us to manage storm drains, for rain and snow melt and things like that, where's that water? Where are we collecting that water at? That'd be kind of cool. Another piping system is all that would be, with, you know, a little connection to the roads where the storm drain outlets are. That'd be kind of cool.
That's not exactly what an increased death rate measures.
So we are looking at
That's a wild overstatement.
expanding. We really need some low residential. Let's go ahead.
We've got to get out of here.
You go, I'll stay and clear up the mess. We'll be back after.
And bring this down, but we're not going to connect this into here. I think what we'll do is put a curve on the road like this and bring it down into here. I think we can do that without demolishing this house. Now, I've been making this a presidential area. I don't have the list of the First Ladies pulled up in front of me, so I've been trying to avoid building here. However, if you can just understand that I don't have that list pulled up in front of me, we're gonna plop down some roads, but we're not gonna name them. We'll name them, but we're not gonna name them. This is gonna be a fun road. So this road is gonna come out to this right here, but it's gonna have a little curve at the end. Back up to here. I'm going to switch back over. So just a little curve of a road there. Oh, I didn't mean to put this on this side. Hop back above ground so we can delete that. Switch back over to snapping. Okay. We don't want any heavy traffic going in this area. We're not looking for businesses. We're strictly residential, so we can avoid traffic jams at all these intersections. This is strictly low-level residential as well. No row houses, nothing like this. Here, we're gonna do, again, something similar. It's gonna go out, and it's gonna connect to this road because I just feel like it. And it's just going to be something a little bit different, I know. It's going to be its own little developmental road. And with that, there will be a road that kind of goes this way. And connects right into here. So these roads, let's give them names. I don't have everything, but what I want to do is make sure that I know that these need named. So let's go... we're just going to call this T1 and again, the name is Temporary 1. This is Julia Street, so we can keep this Julia Street. I don't think there's any problem with that. This is going to be T2. This is going to be T3. We're going to keep this one Sarah Street. This is going to be T4. Well, actually, that's all the same street. I didn't intend for that to happen. T4. I guess it did not do what I thought it was going to do with this intersection. What I'm going to do, though, is add a little roundabout, just a small one. We'll redo this a little bit. I am going to add a roundabout right here. Medium one, smallish, medium one. And what we're going to do is grab this road from T4. We're going to pull it up and down. So, again, T4. Temporary 4. And we'll get some names at some point in time planned out for this. Let's see how big our district is. I think this road, Biden Street, is going to mark the end of the presidential district. So when we cross over, we can have some freedom in names. Because right now, we really don't. It's just a little too hard to name things. But, because there might be roads continuing this way, low residential, and maybe we'll name these something different. We'll get out of the presidential theme and do something that away. North American, fill. And we're just going to fill these right on up. We'll put a little park right here on this funny property. So let's go ahead and dezone that. Let's grab a little something. Tennis court, maybe. That would fit. Okay. And let's do one over on this side, too. And then we can do, like, a basketball. Well, we put basketball courts in. Okay. We can do tennis courts over here. Basketball courts. Tennis courts. What are we doing? Somebody help me. I don't know what's going on. Maybe right here. Down here in this awkward area, we can do like a, maybe a skate park right along here. And we can do like a small park next to it. And a campfire site? I don't think we need that right in the middle of town. But let's grab this. Zone, 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 zone. Zone, zone, zone. We need to look at services around this area. Put some roads here. Okay, that's all zoned. But before I release the pause control, I'm thinking let's just take a look at our medical services. Where's our nearest ambulance route? So, medical clinic. We got a medical clinic, a small one right here. But that's servicing a lot of people right here. So I think, you know, we got some red as far as healthcare coverage. I think it would behoove us to have this, but maybe down in this area. What if we did a hospital? If we did a hospital here, you know, we got this heavy populated area. That might be something that is a good idea to do. And doing it right on Jefferson Street might be the way to go, because this is a main artery, a main street. So if we're going to put a hospital in here, again, I'm not releasing game controls quite yet. I want to do its own special roadway. And it's going to connect into right here. And this road, we can't see the names in this view, but we can bring this straight out 90 degrees and connect it right down into here. Now, Wilson Street, we might have a bend if that hospital is not going to fit in there. This is going to continue to be Kennedy Street. And we're getting ready to build Kennedy Hospital. So let's go ahead and grab this. And yeah, we're going to have to move Wilson Street just a little bit. So let's bulldoze Wilson. And actually, we're not even going to add a branch on Wilson right now. That might be later on. It might just tee there permanently. I think having this hospital located right about here, that gives us the ability to extend this road up if we need to. Boom. This is the Kennedy Medical Center. How do you like that, guys? Kennedy Medical Center. We're going to add some parking for people coming to the Kennedy Medical Center. There is a little bit of a fee to park here. But that kind of looks pretty realistic. We are going to do some upgrades. We're going to have a helipad. We are going to do a specialized treatment ward. And I guess that goes right there. Okay, what's this? A trauma center. We are going to add this too. So this hospital is fully functional. We're going to go to our roads, grab an alley, and put right along here. So, we got Wilson. So we have Wilson Street. We're going to continue Wilson Street. Right here, this bird song lane, this is just going to be Medical Street. I'm not going to go with a T5 or anything like that. It's just literally that big right there. That's all the bigger it is. I think we're going to have a plaza over here for visitors to come and walk around a little bit. We'll put a plaza here, and we'll put something over here. That's a large plaza. Could we have done that over here? No. We're going to put like a small, we can do a small plaza. We can do, you know, I think if you're bringing your kids, you can stop down at the playground while you wait for your, you know, if you're bringing the whole family to visit somebody. We can put that right there. I don't think we need a dog park here. Maybe a small playground for the kiddos too. So you got a small park area. You got a large park, I guess, over there. That's not a plaza. And what we're going to do is do a quick little garden right here. Just like we've done in the past. We're going to beautify this. This is all part of the medical center's property. So they are paying to have a landscaping company come in and make sure all patients feel welcome. They want to be the best hospital in the city. The other hospital is built, but it's really just a little tiny shell. It's not. It's just the basics. It's not fancy like the medical center is. So we want all the patients to come here. We're going to bring all these bushes down this way. Just kind of like a property line like we've done in the past in our earlier episodes. We've used bushes to make property lines, and that would be really cool. I know zoning, you know, I like the zoning, but it's really dependent on grid. I really wish there was some way that, I mean, you know, in the United States, there's a lot of places that, we're just going to continue this down the street, this alleyway. There's a lot of places that the property lines are crazy, and I would like to see somehow we can assign property lines. I mean, we can kind of do that with districts, but if we had a sub-tool for property tools, or something, that would be kind of cool. And again, they'll never make it into City Skylines, at least not number 2. So number 3, maybe if this channel gets big enough, we can ask for it. I'm just kidding. I don't think that will happen. But kind of done that there. We want the kiddos to kind of stay on the playgrounds. We don't want them running. So yeah, there's some fencing, but we're just gonna put some hedges here, or flowers or something to discourage kids from jumping the fence and getting into this area. And we're gonna do a double layer of plants here. And then we're gonna do some trees.
And the economy is booming. More
So they're going to give us 3 free radio stations since we have the Ultimate Pack or the Unlimited Pack, whatever that name was for this pack. They have said to kind of make up for the mistakes that they've made, which is fine. I mean, hey, we all make mistakes. I can't fault anyone. Here's my thoughts on City Skylines. I bought it as soon as it came. I pre-ordered it. I pre-purchased it. So I have no... I've just accepted that when I pre-purchase a game, I might get taken. Now, I didn't get taken with this game. I wouldn't say that. But some games I have been. When I pre-purchase a game, I expect that there are going to be bugs that I'm going to have to deal with because I'm the one that is one of the first people to play with. I can't report those bugs. I mean, I guess I kind of can, but who listens to little people? You know, that's more for the big channels to report those bugs. So, put a mighty oak right here. Put another oak right over here. So I fully expect there to be issues. And hopefully, if it's an honorable company, they will work those issues out. And this seems to be an honorable company that's trying their best to say mea culpa and let's try to fix this together. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate the free stuff too. That's kind of cool. Unnecessary. But for some people, you know, it is necessary. And that's, I mean, hey, it's okay, I guess. Just something like that. I think that works. This kind of looks a little dead over here after we've done all this fancy stuff. Let's bring these bushes. Like, we might have a different bush. Well, now we definitely have a different bush. What is this? It's not telling me. This is a cultivated flower bush number 3. I guess we had it right the first time. Okay. Okay, I think that'll work. I'm happy with this. Whoa, what happened here? Hold on. I'm not entirely sure. This is flat, right? We can all agree this is flat. There's no hills here. Okay, let's put those parking lots back in. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. I'm not sure why that's doing that. Let's put a gap between those parking lots, maybe? Can we do that? No? Look at that. I'm not quite sure why the game's doing that. That's a bug. About reporting bugs, can we report that? No. So I guess we're gonna have to come up with an idea for right here, unfortunately. I guess maybe just temporarily, can we do like a another park? It's not ideal. Maybe we can get rid of this park or something. I don't know. Well, see, that's doing that too. Anything we put here. So I guess we're just gonna have to just decorate this little area. That's definitely a bug because there's no reason that should happen whatsoever. So we will add this right along here. We're gonna bring these bushes like this and do a little curve. We're gonna get all fancy now. And we're gonna have a couple little flowers in here, surrounded by short trees. Just something like that. And then over on this side, let's grab our bushes. Let's bring them up this road. Yeah, I probably could have done that a little better, but I mean, this is kind of unexpected. So this was an unexpected expense for the hospital. They had to tear out that parking lot they put in, and then they had to hire the architect to come back. And this time they're just like, you know, our budget has already been put into across the street. Can you guys do something on the cheap? And the architectural firm saying, yeah, we can throw some bushes and trees in, just simple trees, one variety, just something to make it look decent in the future. Okay. We are moving. Let's pause this because we don't want people to move in over here. We're still looking. Yeah, let's get people to move in. Okay. I hope you like the narrative or the storyline of our city. I can't remember all of it, but we're trying. So that gives us some medical facilities over here. And, you know, we got one vehicle in use. It's a medical helicopter, so that's kind of cool. Let's look at our other hospital just for kicks and giggles. And yeah, it has lots of greenery, but it's not nearly, it doesn't look as cool. Let's name it. This is going to just be Alville Hospital. Just a general hospital. It's on Al Boulevard. That's why we named it that. We could have called it Asylum, I guess. I'm not quite sure why this street is called Asylum. Okay, who remembers that? Is that what we're in the Flower Garden district? Is that a flower? Don't know. Don't remember. So we're trying to bring services. I think that's what I'm wanting to do. The idea is to bring services into the city to try to stem our decay that we're experiencing. We got some decay over here. Let's see. Why are these buildings abandoned? Will it tell us? It doesn't really tell us. You know, reliable healthcare, small homes. Just not enough small homes. Or is it upset that there are small homes? Abundance. See, that doesn't help me at all. Small homes. What does that mean? High noise pollution. So again, this building, you know, it collapsed, but you know, abandoned, unhappy, small homes. Is it because there's a development right here, or is it wanting there not to be any small homes at all? I do not know. It's not very clear about that. I think what we are going to do, though, is purchase some land right here. Purchase these 2 tiles. And we're going to continue Trump Avenue, Abigail Street, and Letitia Street is what I'm going to pronounce that as. I'm going to continue these down. 180. Grab our big boulevard. Okay. And so far this is zoned office and commercial, and I am okay with that. We can do some commercial right there. Office demand is very high. We can do offices right along here, do commercial on this side. I think that was the whole theme that we were going with earlier. And let's just do that for right now and see how that goes with our supply and demand. We have a need for some high rises, and so we're going to take a look at this little corner right here. Are we still in the presidential district? We're going to keep the presidential district ended right pretty much just like right there. That's it. We're not going to expand it anymore, except for maybe this little area right here. Okay, it's not going to expand here. I'm not going back and looking at First Lady's names other than these couple 4 that I have to grab right there, unless you guys really protest in the comments. But no pun intended. Presidential district protest. Okay. We're just going to get out of that district and name these roads something else I'm getting ready to build. So we are in need of high rises, which is fine. Let's grab a double lane one-way road, and let's well, I tell you what, we're just gonna do alleyways. I think alleys will be fine. Just like that. High-rise alley. Residential lane. Presidential end. Represents 2 things. The end of the presidential district, and it's just an end. It's a dead-end road. Let's grab our sky rises. And I think we're going to keep the North American theme because we are close to the presidential district. We'll throw this all in right here. Just like that. We're going to do some mixed right along here. And let's see how that takes care. That takes care of needs immediately. Let's look at fire resources. So, yeah, we're getting into a bad coveraged area. I think we should maybe do a proper fire station right here. It is not part of Kennedy Medical Center, but it is kind of part of Kennedy Medical Center. Probably don't need red lights there. Let's take a look at this real fast. We can do a helipad.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio.
Overlapping items. It is overlapping the
This just in from traffic.
Okay.
If you're thinking about hitting the streets,
We
you
can't
can
do 'em.
expect delays
Hang
on the
on.
major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere. And
Let's do it right
on to
here.
our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting
that's still
more
okay. It still looks
high-end
decent.
stores, bringing
Now we
the
can
latest
add
luxury
some
to our
additions,
area.
or
You can now shop
helipad.
for designer
Disaster
shoes
response
while
unit.
sipping a fancy
Now this is something I
local
didn't
shopping
realize was in the
mocktail
game.
or
I did
some
not
wine.
realize that this was
That's
part
good
of
for
the
business
big
and
fire department
good for the
area.
community.
But I
Thanks,
think
Jim.
having this
We'll be back after this.
right in line with this road as you come, I think is going to be really cool. And it also puts it in line with this little walkway too. Training facilities. Oh man, it goes right over that, yeah. And a garage extension. So we can actually have several disaster response units. Is that necessary? I don't necessarily think it is. Is that necessary? I don't necessarily think it is. Okay, sorry, I'm cracking myself up here. Forgive me. So we're going to bring this down. This alleyway will come. We can't connect it until we extend this road just by a smidgen. Okay, we'll get rid of those traffic lights when we need to. It's not necessary right now. They're not necessary to have. They're not necessarily needed to get rid of. Wilson Street, I want to kind of, hopefully, I don't know if that's going to, yeah, that did just fine. We're just going to call this response lane, because this is the responding units. We're going to add small bushes, because they're not the same as the hospital. This is not hospital property. This is all property of the fire department, so we're not going to have bushes over here. And this is going to be called Jefferson First Response. Because it is primarily on Jefferson Street. Try to spread those out a little bit more. We've probably needed this building for a long time. I did not realize, so if you're following along in these videos, in this Let's Play, I would highly recommend building a disaster response center right away. And it's been incorporated into this, so I'm really curious what they're going to do for a disasters DLC. It's badly needed. It needs to be the next DLC. I'm just saying it, really. I know we've got ports and bridges and things, but disasters really make the city. They impact the city in ways that nothing else can. We've got some pollution over here, and that's probably because of... So they're saying ground pollution. I'm very curious to see why that is. We're getting ground pollution from right here. I'm not quite sure who buried a barrel of chemical goo there. But somebody has. You know, this just has not gotten any better, and I'm really surprised that it has not gotten better. If anything, it seems to have gotten worse, and that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. What we're going to do is try to level this off like this, and build a little level path, a little barrier, and try to force this water away from the road. And this might be where our ground pollution is coming. It might be this polluted water that is sitting on this land and polluting it. That's my guess. It's my best guess. So we're just going to try to bring this the best that we can. We're spending a little bit of money in our city to do this. We're not really. I don't think this costs anything, actually. But it probably should cost something. We're going to go all the way down. Try to solve our problems down here too. I wish flood walls were a thing. Again, tsunamis are not in the game, so that's not a thing. But we could definitely use a retaining wall to get that water out of here. So that kind of might have... I mean, we still got some problems. Over here, I think that has worked a little bit until the water level rises even more. So I'm not sure. We're going to have to really look at maybe moving our waste output over towards the ocean. If that's an ocean. I'm going to call that an ocean. So that might be something that we just end up moving all of this over to here. Got congestion, but that's not in our city limits. We can't do anything about that. We're at about 46 minutes, guys. I think we can do a little bit more. We usually go an hour or a little more. Performance with the game, I have not noticed any lag or anything significant anyway. Of course, I'm not too picky about some things, like others are. The game is very playable in that area of, you know, there's no lag for me. Of course, I'm running, you know, I can't remember, a 4080. So, I mean, I think that's what I'm running, right? RTX 4080, I think. And I got 32 gigs of RAM and... Oh, okay. Hello. We got a tornado heading into the city. If there's any buttons I could press to evacuate people, I'd be doing it. But it is, we're going to watch this tornado here. I'm hoping it's kind of changing its mind and heading towards the, I'm not quite sure what it's going to do here. It's just going to stay here, which is fine. Cleo's also in the background watching the tornado. Aren't you? Okay, we got some damage from the tornado here. It's messing up our incineration plant. But fortunately, there shouldn't be many residences. I mean, we got some businesses that have been destroyed, it looks like. That's a first for tornadoes, actually destroying things. I don't know if they've patched that a little bit. We're going to see what it does to oh, look at that! Look at that! We got some destruction happening. There it goes again. Oh, man. Now, this is good. This is good. They've revamped maybe tornadoes. They used to not do any damage. Now they're actually doing a little bit of damage, which is great. So, Cleo, come over here. We're watching tornadoes, right? Let me jump on the desk. This whole plant I'm expecting to collapse. Look at that. Oh, man. Major disaster in the city over here at Butler Street. At the, oh, man, that's not good. I love this notification because that would have been producing power, I think. So there's been a little bit of disruption in power. I know that's kind of loud because I'm zoomed in. There's not much I can do about that. As I try to fight the cat here, buttons. We got the recycling center that's going to collapse. I don't see that describing this. It's damaged. The tornado has picked up speed though as it heads through Butler Street, and I think that's what's saving the recycling center. But it's not lingering over it. Well, now it's starting to linger a little bit. how individual additions collapse kind of before the main structure collapses. That's kind of cool. This is probably the best tornado I've seen in the game yet, as far as what tornadoes are supposed to do. So I'm very pleased by what I'm seeing. Not that I'm pleased that tornadoes took out our buildings. We're going to see if our new disaster response vehicles, we're going to see how they handle this. So, tornado is not really a threat anymore. Right clear? Just have a fire engine waiting for disaster response. And I'm not quite sure why they're not. So, let me go. Oh man, we got power problems. Hang on. Let's pause. Pause. Let's go over here. We have one fire engine in use. I'm not sure about disaster response. Is there something that we're supposed to... I'm not quite sure about disaster response units and how that works. But we have power problems now. And I'm just looking. We got a bottleneck right here. Let's fix this real fast. We just can't get any more power. What we're going to do... Can I cross train tracks with this? I would like to. Please let me cross this train track. Go like that. Why can't I cross this train track here? So I'll be able to cross that one over there. If I went right like that. I'm a little confused. Where can I cross at? Maybe down here. It's just not going to let me do it. So, I'll tell you what we will do. Boy, that power plant's loud too as we zoom in. We're going to grab this connection right here. Pull this, because this should be taller, is my thought. We didn't destroy any buildings, but what we can do is put in a transformer station and connect those up. And hopefully that'll pull power from the power. Yep. Okay, that has done what it needed to do. So, with that, I guess we were really relying on power coming from this area here. So, a little too much.
Second Moon, the channel where the classics never grow old.
Okay.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident.
Again, I'm not seeing any disaster response units. Jefferson first response. Let's zoom in. So I guess disaster response units are just fire trucks. It's not an actual disaster unit. So that's what it appears to be. At least that's what I'm seeing anyway. Why is that road kind of weird there? That's weird. That wasn't always like that. A couple graphical glitches happening in the game. I'm a little disappointed about that, to tell you the truth. There's one over here. This was not like this, so I'm not quite sure. They updated stuff because the tornado actually destroyed buildings this time, but they obviously have messed up a couple of the graphics in the game, and that's not cool at all. So, you know, we're playing. We're just seeing what happens. We're still having fun.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
So,
certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But while we are discussing
let's just go over here. See, I just don't understand the flooding.
On the human
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priority.
What I think I'm going to do... build a little flood wall, a little flood barrier to, I mean, I have to do something. I'm going to raise this up just a little bit. And I'm building a natural flood barrier because they're not, a flood wall is not in the game. I don't see any other option, really. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this out this way and we'll soften it and connect it into that bottom portion of land over here. Yes, Cleo. Cleo, you gonna jump back up here and say hello to everyone again? So... I'm not liking what I just did. I kind of want this to come out a little bit. And out this way. And I'm even going to extend this all the way down this way for right now. Let's grab this right here and try to fill some of this in. And then we'll soften it all up here momentarily. Oops. Grabbed the wrong thing. For a second there, I thought that was an earthquake, but we're paused. I don't think there are earthquakes. I mean, this game shipped pretty bare bones, I'm not going to lie. When it comes to disasters. I mean, not even the basic disasters are in here. But let's just finish this up, and then let's do a softening tool, kind of right like this. And that will work for the most part. I do like the softening tool feature. I don't think this was something that was in the first game. I might be wrong about that, but I do kind of like that. On this side, are we crazy about those cliffs? Not really. I kind of think we need to soften it on that side too. Let's just experiment and see what that would look like if we did try to soften it. Okay, we kind of have to be careful a wee little bit because it's going to do something I don't want it to do. So if we soften this, it needs to be I don't think it's necessarily making it look any better. Yeah. Maybe. What do you think, Cleo? Is that making this look any better? I'm not entirely sure. It's giving it more of a rugged look, I think, which I kind of like. Kinda. I mean, because this wouldn't be perfect. Ideally, we'd have that retaining wall. So let's see how that works. And that's going to work. It's not, let's see how it works. That's going to work. And what we'll do is try to expand this down this way, and hopefully we might have to pump this water out. We might have to, yeah. Let's just continue this down because I think this is what we have to do. I think this idea is working. We just don't have any other choice, really, to stop that flooding. We've tried other issues, even trying to expand the river a little bit, and that did not do anything. Again, it's the water physics. It's just not good. I might be putting this a little too far out, but that's okay. Oops. Starting to bring it in a little bit. We got this little jetty over here jutting out. And what I think we're going to end up doing is smoothing all this out again. But we might even have to expand the river a little bit on this side. And that's a lot of water that we're going to have to displace. So for right now, we're going to stop right there. Let's go ahead and try to grab this and bring this out a little bit. Oops. Might be able to make this a little bit bigger. Go a little faster here. So we're displacing, and that's something that doesn't happen in this game either. Water displacement does not appear to be a thing. So it used to be in City Skylines 1, if you messed with the water, that water had to go somewhere. Here, I think it just deletes the water. So hopefully they address these. These are the biggest concerns for me at the moment. Disasters in water. Biggest concerns in my book, as somebody that's playing this game for a prolonged period of time. Okay, we're going to continue this out, though, along here. More like a beach. Right into here. Okay. Now what we can do is do some softening. Not worried about this side over here. I think we will grab this and follow around this way. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Okay. We're gonna hope that this goes down. We're just going to experiment with that and see if that does recede at all. I don't think it will, because it didn't really recede down that one building down here yet. So we might have to pump that out. Build a pumping station and just suck it all out. Let's go ahead and do that. Can't build a pumping station because everything's flooded, isn't it? I'm gonna have to get rid of one of these buildings. Unfortunately, it looks like, to pump this out. I'm not crazy about that. What if we put this on the others? Does this need a road connection? No. It looks like it does. So unfortunately, the city is going to seize a building right there. They don't have much of a choice. I don't think we need an extra pump. I was hoping to filter that. We are sucking in bad water. I do completely understand that. Normally, in City Skylines 1, I'd take a pumping station and conduct it into something else.
A warning has been issued regarding rising levels of contaminants in the water supply.
I know.
At this time, all citizens are advised to cease using tap water. If you are suffering from stomach pain, fever, or headaches,
And I'd
please
send
seek
it to its own
urgent medical
outflow. I don't think I can do that here, though. Is that even sucking water out?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
I'm going to get rid of
Fire
that.
and Rescue Service reports that fires are
I'm going to get rid of that and keep this de-zoned in case I put it back in. I just can't do that.
At this time, All citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Everyone stay away from that tree. So this will fix itself because we got rid of the contaminated water intake. I think in the long run this will work. This is a viable option. I don't like how it looks entirely, but you know, I was watching a video that people were using this road to do some type of retaining wall. But that doesn't work at all. I don't know. I don't really know. But at least our flood is not going to continue on over here. Well, I think we're doing pretty good in our city. I'm looking and I'm thinking I made a mistake when I zoned these. These should be high residential or high office. We want skyscrapers. They never had the proper permits to build there, so we're not really seizing their property. They built there wrongly. The developer said that they were going to put in high rises, and the developer lied and put in these little tiny office buildings, and that's not what we were going for at all. But this, look at that. That looks so cool. Doesn't that look cool? This is the new College Commons, right? I mean, it's not actually called that, but ever since this has kind of gone away by the wayside, I'm not sure what we're going to do here, but traffic seems to be congested right there. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't know why we're all stopped up here. That bus doesn't know what he's doing. Let's just look at our traffic throughout the city. That's not
Pending
traffic.
updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling.
So do I have to rebuild this
blackouts.
myself?
We urge the public to remain calm, during
Relocate,
these breaks
rebuild.
in service, and to follow the guidelines
Rebuild.
on the city's website on
Rebuild.
how to plan for these temporary events.
It's not
This has
letting me
been a
rebuild right now. I'm not
service
quite sure. Oh,
announcement.
okay.
A driving advisory has been
So we've
issued
rebuilt
for the
that.
immediate area due to poor road conditions.
How do I
Please
rebuild
exercise
this
caution if you
here?
must
I'm
and try to
not
stay
even
off the
sure.
streets until
That was
conditions
part of the
improve.
recycling center. I'm going to assume
This
that
has been a
was
local
this
public
here.
service announcement.
Oh, that
This
didn't do anything.
is Second Moon.
So this, I'm not sure how to
Before we
rebuild.
dive into our next selection, I'd like to take a few memento moris to elaborate
Um,
on the formal structure of the symphonic work. For our newer, less able listeners, first,
Not
we
entirely
mention
sure
through
here.
the al dente section before entering the slower largo movement. Finally, then savoring the
If you know how to rebuild that, let me know.
anti-pasto movement.
Or do I have to just
So,
demolish the
without
whole
further
thing and
ado,
rebuild it?
let's raise the curtain. And
Why do we have all? So we got people moving in. They shouldn't be moving in now. But we do have some trouble here, and I think this is easily
There's
rectified
no
with
singing
an
this
on-ramp.
boat, Glenda.
Why we don't have one, I
This
don't
just
know.
in from
We
traffic.
should.
If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
So we got our on-ramp now. That will solve that.
Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip.
Looking, see how our main street is
Oh,
doing.
I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time.
Okay, we do have
Besides, if I
traffic
did that,
backed up
I'd never
here
get anywhere.
badly. So this would appear to have not worked, and that's kind of too bad. That is really too bad. I'm thinking of ways to make this better, like a roundabout right here might work. Shift this road over a little bit. We wouldn't connect, and that we just make this intersection a roundabout, which I think might be something that needs to happen. It's not going to like this road here. We really need a bigger roundabout. Obviously, that's not going to be realistic. So that's going to have to be looked at probably in our next episode. We'll revisit that Main Street. I mean, we just, historically, we have problems with this Main Street road. I really thought we had it worked out. You know, what would happen for kicks and giggles if we took out this red light? Now this becomes yield and this becomes yield, but that might... See, yellow car is waiting for everyone coming this way here. So now they can start turning. I don't know why you're turning from that lane. Definitely don't want that. So what we could do is make that three lanes right through there. There's no need for a red light there. There's no need for a crosswalk there. And we'll come down here and trying to see the arrows on this road, and I can't really see any, actually. Okay, the game just had enough and got rid of the traffic jam. That's not necessarily... We don't want the game to do that. Let's just see how that runs for right now. I don't know that I like there not being a traffic light there, because I think there needs to be one. Or a traffic circle or something needs to be there. What's going on? Big forest fire, it looks like. Nothing to... I mean, that's probably one of the biggest forest fires we've seen. Now, I'm just gonna make a comment. This is when you would have the little forest fire warning pop up on the screen. Not when one tree's on fire, but when the entire forest is starting to catch on fire. This is what I would call a forest fire. One tree on fire is one tree on fire, but this is a forest. Oh. We've got congestion here. This is coming off of, where are we at? There's the Main Street area. Yeah, you know, I'm not quite sure where everyone's trying to go. I feel like we've accomplished a lot in this episode. We're going to get ready to wrap it up here. We're over time. And so I think we're going to go for a hard stop right here. Let's just give a pretty view of our city skyline, which is really shaping up. Our uptown's looking good, downtown's looking good. College Commons is starting to look more, mid-risey. There's some buildings that have popped up that are new, I think, but we'll work on that down the road. It's going to need to be revamped eventually, with the ability that we have, not doing any eminent domain. So, guys, you take care, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Just remember, there will probably be no episodes next weekend, just because, again, I am going out of town. I'm going out of state. I'm going far, far away for work. We'll see you. Bye.